Welcome to Gold Squadron Paint Wars, a painting competition that gives 3 painters the same model, theme, and 2 weeks to give us their best work, whose technique, artistic choices, and most importantly, execution of today's theme will earn them a Paint Wars Champion medal.
Hi, my name is Jordan Caron. I'm from Fort Pierce, Florida, and I've been painting miniatures for about 3 years. When I first heard about Paint Wars, I was really excited. I thought, hey man, this is what a cool concept. It's really great. There's a lot of good painters out there and a lot of good paint jobs. So to kind of bring everybody together into a friendly competition, it's just it's a great idea. It's fun. I'm happy to participate in it, and I can't wait to get started and see what's next and show you guys what I can do and give you a look at Star Wars through my eyes, I guess.
My name is Phillip Schmidt, and I live in Sterling, Virginia, and I've been painting miniatures for about 4 years now. Well, I guess I painted in high school, and then I took a decade off, and then 4 years ago I picked it back up again to paint basically board games that use miniatures in them. I am super excited to be in this competition. I honestly didn't think I would get in because I'm just a hobby painter who just paints stuff for me, and I'm sure there are plenty of actual commission artists out there. So when I got in, it was kind of a really big deal for me actually, because it sort of, I don't know, it's validation that I'm good at painting, you could say, something to brag about. Yeah! I don't know, I'm just really happy to be doing this. It's gonna be really exciting.
Hello, I'm Chandler. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. I did paint miniatures when I was a kid, but really just started again in the past 5 years. I'm excited to be on Paint Wars. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the challenge. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm used to working in things of this size. I have tried a few X-Wing ships, and honestly, they have been challenging for me. They've been difficult. I'm hopeful that I'll at least get like a TIE fighter or an X-Wing size ship to work on, but it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to whatever ship I get. I'm looking forward to learning some new techniques, and I think it's going to be a great time.
The land of Mordor is filled with orcs and other vile creatures. Tolkien's land of evil is home to the mighty Sauron, the rightful ruler of the One Ring. How will the fires of Mount Doom shape how you will bring your repaint to life? And the model being painted for this prompt is the H-6 bomber.
All right, awesome. The land of Mordor is filled with orcs and other vile creatures. Tolkien's land of evil is
Home to the mighty Sauron, the rightful ruler of the One Ring.
How will the fires of Mount Doom shape how you will bring your repaint to life?
Gonna have to think about this. Got lots of ideas, but where to go? Where do I begin?
I love Lord of the Rings. This is going to be really exciting to work on. Really looking forward to getting started on this one.
Our lead judge today is Kuzmanoff.
One does not simply paint Star Wars ships.
I was going to say, you shall not paint, but that didn't really.
We're also joined by Lyla Mev and Piche. The judges today, our theme is Mordor, the place of Mount Doom, the home of Sauron. What do you want to see?
What I really want to see here is the eye of Sauron, especially the way that the ship is shaped. I would love if that central mast within the middle of it is the eye of Sauron, with oranges and yellows and the black right down the middle of it, and the iron on the sides of it. And as you can see, one of my favorite colors is orange, and it can be a difficult color to work with. So I'm very interested to see how their technical application of such a tricky color could be.
To play off of what Chris said, Eye of Sauron is a must, but also when I think of Mordor, I think of the cold green and blue light that they use in the film, the Gothic architecture that you can see on that big front gate, and I'm interested in what sort of atmosphere they can create other than fire.
I kind of want to see something obscure. Now, there was a hidden passage to Mordor that our heroes took, and I kind of want to see somebody do something reflecting Shelob Or, on the other end, we've said the eye. I want to see the mouth of Sauron represented in some way.
So I might as well just spend a bit talking about why this is so difficult for me. So on this graphic here, there's a picture of Mordor. So Mordor, as you know, is just unremarkable wasteland with a few key features that are very tall. The issue with painting a landscape on the Skurg, in my opinion, is that the Skurg has almost no vertical component to it. So if I were to say use the front of the ship as the ground and the back of the ship as the sky, then for one of the players it's always backwards, and that's just going to look weird. If I had any modding capability, which I don't have tools or experience for that, I could probably make like a pretty cool, Mount Doom looking thing sticking off. Like you could build a diorama on the top of this ship and it would look really awesome, but I don't really have the time ability to figure that out. And so I'm going to start with 3 different ideas. So the first idea is, you can see I already got underway as a proof of concept right here. Basically just going to paint a big Eye of Sauron in the middle and then figure out what to do with the back. And then my idea for the second ship is to just have it be the Eye of Sauron, just the full thing, fireball looking eyeball. Yeah, I haven't even picked colors. I'm probably just going to paint, and if it's too light or too dark, I will paint over it. And I'm just going to keep on going until one of these ships looks like the clear best choice for a submission, and then dedicate my time solely on that one. So yeah, my plan is to just try stuff until I like it. But hey, that's worked for me before.
My first thought was to look at the architecture of Mordor. The Black Gate, the Dark Tower. It's very spiky and it has a lot of repetition to it, especially on the Black Gate. I did a quick sketch and you can see I've added a lot of spikes. What I want to do is it's going to be black, but I also want to bring in Mount Doom, the lava. I came up with these little shapes here, these little fins, and my plan is to take these fins, spray glue them, cut them out, and then start to play with them on the ship. Some of the tools I have is I do have my Iwata Eclipse airbrush, which I've been very happy with. As far as paints go, I like my Mission Models paints. They are really good with the airbrush. So my next step now will be to put those fins on. Let's play with those. I hope I can get something to work out of them. And we'll see how it goes.
When you think Mordor, you think Sauron, the smoke, the rock, the lava, fire, the Eye of Sauron, all things I'd like to incorporate into this paint job, if possible. As far as what I'd like to do, I'm going to take polystyrene sheeting, and along the surface here, I'm going to kind of add sort of a armor upgrade. Planning on doing the helmet of Sauron. I'll do that in polystyrene sheets, hopefully do that in a few layers to where I can get kind of somewhat of a 3D effect on it. I think overall I'd like to incorporate probably a little bit of lava flow, maybe some fire, one or the other. For the underside, the Skurg's an interesting platform to paint because it's pretty much flat, wide open. You can go crazy if you want. I like to incorporate the Eye of Sauron into the bottom here. I may do this to kind of replicate the Dark Tower down the center, Mount Doom possibly over here, with a few other little surprises here and there. I think this is going to be one that's going to kind of flesh itself out as it goes. What looks right will look right, and what doesn't will be corrected.
After 2 weeks of planning, painting, and sculpting, let's see what you've created. Our first category in the competition is technical quality. Painters are judged on their painting technique. This focuses on the execution of their repaint. Our judges will be looking for clean application of their paints, as well as the quality of construction for any modifications made to the model. Lyla?
When I look at Jordan's ship, technically it's not as well executed as I wanted to see. The ideas, things like that other people talk about are gorgeous and amazing, and I just really wanted them to be better. The freehand that was done on Phillip's ship is gorgeous. Gradation of colors, the stylized take they decided to do on this ship, recognizing that they weren't going to get photoreal, so they decided to take this more abstract approach. applaud them for knowing their limitations. However, beyond that, there wasn't much else done to the ship. As I've said before, lining, edge highlighting, it's really like they just did the freehand and then didn't really put much effort into anything else. And I feel like it would have really bumped the ship up if they had put in the same amount of effort they did in the freehand elsewhere on the ship. Technically, Curtis's is gorgeous. It has those crisp, clean lines for the Gothic architecture that I want to see, edge highlighting, and even the way that the edge highlighting sort of ebbs and flows and isn't perfect. It makes it look like there is a realistic glow coming from within the ship that I am a huge fan of. As well as the OSL, the way that it blends from that vibrant orange falling off to the red. You can tell that they really thought about the execution and planned ahead how they were going to execute the ideas they had in their mind and make it a reality on the ship.
Our second category in the competition, artistic quality. This focuses on the color choices, how their color choices work together, as well as the general effect that these choices made on the model.
When we looked at Curtis's, he used a very deep red to kind of give a very stark and glowing appearance to his ship. The overall look and color choices were excellently executed and really kind of gave a very good, stark, Gothic appearance to the ship as a whole. Jordan had a more black and gold approach, but we really felt it could have had a little more refinement as to where he wanted his colors to go. Phillip decided to paint a mural for his piece, and although we thought it was pretty beautiful, thought that it could have really used some extra bits to kind of give the feel of Mordor more. He had the Eye of Sauron, but we didn't really see the Tower of Sauron represented in his at all.
Our final and most important category in the competition is thematic quality. Did the painters actually adhere to the prompt given? And if so, whose choices make the strongest connection to this episode's prompt?
So first off, I'd like to say that each of our painters for this episode really did a fantastic job of really incorporating the theme into their ship. We had very high marks across the board for all three of our contestants today. When we look at Phillip's ship, they have the iconic Eye of Sauron right dead center in there, as well as Mount Doom in the background, and did a very good job of incorporating the landscape of Mordor within their piece. When we look at Curtis's ship, they have the iconic architecture that is within Mordor itself, with the spires coming off of the sides of the ship, and also the fiery glow of Mount Doom emanating from within. And then when we look at Jordan's ship, they really did a good job of incorporating Sauron and the whole journey of Lord of the Rings within their ship by not only putting Sauron's helmet on the top of their ship, the Eye of Sauron in the cockpit section looking down upon the earth, searching for the hobbits. But then when you turn the ship over, you notice that the One Ring is painted being thrown into the fires of the volcano on the bottom.
As the judges have their final deliberations, let's go ahead and hear from our competitors.
All right, we're here at the end of the project. Confession, I have never read the books or seen the movie. I'm one of those nerds. I was surprised that my plans and ideas seemed to work in the capacities that they did. I expected them to be a little bit more troublesome than what I got. I felt like I pushed the envelope a little bit in terms of the comfort zone. Obviously, not knowing the material as other fans may know it, I felt like there was a little bit of a handicap there. Overall, I'm happy with the result. There's a few things that were kind of getting into new territory for me. The lava flows, that kind of stuff, that was something I'd never really attempted before. I would have liked to have had a little more time to maybe, work on those flows a little bit more, clean them up more, get them more to a level I would have liked. That time crunch was on me, simply because of the time I wasted trying to design this thing and then, creating all the extra pieces and add-ons to make what I pictured in my mind work. So other than that, I'm I'm happy with the result. I feel like it could have been a little bit better, and if I had to attempt it again, there would be a few things I would change as far as how I built the helmet, some of the other pieces like that. But other than that, I feel pretty good about it. Trying something new, I think it was a fair attempt. We'll see where the chips fall.
All done. I gotta say, the whole experience was about as rocky as the start, where I wasn't really confident in what to do, and then I wasn't really confident in what I was doing. So I'll just talk about the two that I didn't pick briefly. So the first one that I'll talk about is I painted it to look kind of like a, like a Mortar ship. I basically just painted a grimy looking ship with a lot of extra, dirt and ash on it because of the, Mount Doom, I guess, and then this symbol, and I mean, it's not a bad looking Skurg at all, but it doesn't really say Mordor. So then the other one was the just Eye of Sauron, and it came out looking like this. So this one definitely says, like, maybe someone would look at it and think Sauron, but probably not Mordor, which is why I picked the other one. The Skurgs are flat, and it's all painting a picture, which is not something I normally do, so I'll be honest, I'm not very good at it. And so it was a lot of repainting and painting some more, looking at it to make sure it looked right, and in my opinion on if a third observer would get what I was, if they would pick up what I would put down, and then just I'd have to change like sizes and brightnesses, and it was really difficult for me, I guess I would say. But I think it came out okay.
I really had a great time doing it. It was a lot of fun, and just working on things I wouldn't have worked on before, and having the option to even add stuff to it. At first, I was like, I hope we don't have to add anything to it, and once I got into it, I really loved modifying the ship. In all honesty, the hardest part was videoing it. You just want to get to work. You just want to get into it, and you want to try some stuff, and you're like, oh, I should probably set up the video camera to film some of this. So you get trying to get the angle right, and you're trying to show it, and it looks goofy, or you do some of it and it's halfway off the screen. But overall, it was just a lot of fun, and I'm hopeful that in the future I'll be able to get a chance to do something like this again. And thank you for putting on the contest. It was a great time, and thank you.
The winner of this episode of Gold Squadron Paint Wars is Curtis Chandler.
For Curtis's ship, they really did a fantastic job of incorporating the theme of Mordor into their ship and getting the glow effects upon it and the Gothic architecture within it as well. But at the same time, you can tell that it's a Lord of the Rings Mordor-inspired ship, but it's still a ship as well. And this could be at home in any space battle within the Star Wars universe.
Thank you to our painters and judges for their amazing work, and thank you to you for watching Gold Squadron Paint Wars. The models being painted on our show are being given away to you, our audience and supporters, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and then follow us on Instagram and Twitch so that you don't miss when we're giving these models away. And if you want to be a part of our biggest group of supporters, the ones that made this show possible, head over to patreon.com/Gold Squadron. The link is down below. Now, let us know in the comments, do you agree with our judges? And is there a painter in this episode that you think is deserving of another chance in a future episode? Thanks for watching Gold Squadron Paint Wars. Gold Squadron out.